He told me that we were gonna do a song together the night that he got shot in Vegas. And it was just weird though, because like the night that he was saying he wanted me to work with him when we get back to LA, it seemed like he was talking.
Keyshia Cole has never been the kind of star people forget. Her voice carried pain, love, and real life in a way that touched people deeply. From the start, fans connected with her because she never felt fake. She sang about heartbreak, struggle, betrayal, and healing in a way that felt honest. But behind the hits, her own life was never simple. She faced family pain, public breakups, messy relationships, and years of pressure in the spotlight. Her name stayed in headlines for more than music, and moments linked to Birdman's Penthouse only added more mystery, more talk, and more questions to a life people thought they understood. Join us as we uncover it all. The childhood that shaped her. Keyshia Johnson was born in Oakland, California on October 15, 1981. Her early life was hard from the start. She was the biological daughter of Francine "Frankie" Lons, who struggled with alcohol and crack cocaine addiction, and boxing trainer Virgil Hunter, who was not present in her upbringing. Because of that instability, Keyshia was adopted at just 2 years old by family friends Leon and Yvonne Cole, and that is how she became Keyshia Cole. She grew up with both biological and adopted siblings, including her brothers Sean and Sam, her younger sister Elite Noel, and her older sister Nefertaria Nefa Pugh. Even as a child, there were signs that music would become her way out. She played tag football and tetherball, worked as a junior lifeguard at Oakland's Fremont Pool, watched music-driven films, and loved to read. At 12, her brother Sean, also known as Nutso, introduced her to MC Hammer, and she got the chance to record background vocals. Around that same time, she also became friends with Tupac Shakur. He promised to support her music career, but that hope was cut short when he got shot and killed, the same night he asked her to write a hook for an upcoming project. Years later, Keyshia looked back on those early days and said, "My childhood was not easy. I went through a lot of trials and tribulations. That pain stayed with her, and it would later become part of her sound." Leaving her foster home at 17. As Keyshia got older, music became more than a dream. It became the one thing she wanted to fight for. She first went to Fremont High School in Oakland, then transferred and graduated from Tracy High School in Tracy, California, with the class of 2000. At 16, she also took part in the East Oakland Youth Development Center, a local nonprofit that focused on helping young people through education and activities. But by 17, her life took another sharp turn. She left her foster home in Oakland to live with her boyfriend after her adoptive mother rejected her music ambitions. That relationship did not last. After finding out he had cheated on her, Keyshia left Oakland for Los Angeles to chase a real career. She got a day job within weeks and moved into one of her uncle's apartments. From there, she slowly started building. She worked with Bay Area artists, appeared on the remix of Messy Marv's Nubian Queen, and did backing vocals for the soundtrack of the independent film Me and Mrs. Jones. She was also briefly lined up to join a short-lived girl group called Grip while working with producer Damon Elliott, but she did not want to split a future she felt she could build on her own. She later explained it very clearly. "I'd rather be solo because I do everything in the group anyway. They're just pretty." That choice mattered. Instead of going down the group route, she stayed focused on her own name. Then, in 2002, A&R executive Ron Fair heard an unfinished demo and signed her to A&M Records. That was the opening she had been waiting for. Once Keyshia had a deal, things started moving fast. Her first official release was Never with Eve, which appeared in The Barbershop 2, Back in Business soundtrack in 2004. It helped introduce her sound, a mix of hip-hop beats and emotional vocals, to a bigger audience. In early 2005, she and DJ Green Lantern also released the mixtape Team Invasion Presents Keyshia Cole, which gave people remixes and song snippets before her album arrived. Then, on June 21, 2005, she released her debut album, The Way It Is. It opened at number 6 on the Billboard 200 and sold 89,000 copies in its first week. That was a strong start, but the bigger story was the way listeners connected to it. Songs like I Changed My Mind, I Just Want It to Be Over, I Should Have Cheated, and Love helped establish her as a powerful new voice in R&B. I Should Have Cheated and Love both reached the top 10 on the Hot R&B/Hip Hop Songs chart. The album later went platinum and brought her award nominations, including an NAACP Image Award nomination and 2 Soul Train Music Award nominations. She also went on Kanye West's Touch the Sky tour as a supporting act in late 2005, which gave her more visibility. Then, in 2006, her feature on Sean Paul's Give It Up to Me from the Step Up soundtrack pushed her even higher. That track reached number 3 on the Billboard Hot 100. Around the same time, BET launched Keyshia Cole, The Way It Is, a reality series centered on her family life, personal struggles, and career. It gave the public something her music had already hinted at. Keyshia was not just singing pain, she had lived it. By this point, Keyshia was becoming one of the strongest names in modern R&B. She often talked about the artists who shaped her. She said Tupac influenced her soulful style, and vocally she aimed for Mary J. Blige mixed with Brandy. She also looked up to Monica and Brandy as examples of young women who could earn respect in music. Over time, people compared her to Mary J. Blige again and again. Keyshia did not reject that comparison, but she also made it clear she wanted to be herself. On the Tyra Banks show in 2007, she said, "I love Mary. She is so powerful. She's a wonderful figure to be like. For people to compare me to her, I definitely think that's strength. But yeah, I don't know if I'm the next Mary." That period also brought more career growth. In March 2007, she featured on Diddy's hit Last Night, which became a worldwide success. Then her second album, Just Like You, came out in September 2007 and became a major commercial win. It debuted at number 2 on the Billboard 200, sold 281,000 copies in its first week, and later went platinum. Singles like Let It Go, Shoulda Let You Go, I Remember, and Heaven Sent kept her on the charts and brought Grammy and BET nominations. In 2008, she released A Different Me, which also debuted at number 2 and eventually went platinum. She toured with Lil Wayne, launched her own headlining tour, and appeared on magazine covers. Still, fame also meant more eyes on everything she did. Even critics who praised her strong voice and emotional songs sometimes questioned her stage style. And as her name got bigger, so did the attention around her private life. Faith, love, and a very public personal life. Behind all the music, Keyshia was also trying to build a life that made sense to her. She spoke openly about her Christian faith and said it shaped her values in a serious way. She once promised God she would stop using marijuana once she got a record deal. And she also said any future partner must have a strong relationship with God. Even with those beliefs, her love life often played out in public. Between 2005 and 2007, she was quietly involved with rapper Jeezy. In 2008, he claimed that Keyshia had proposed to him and even bought him a ring. According to Jeezy, he told her, "Look, baby, that isn't what it is right now. I'm trying to get my money, take care of me and mine. That relationship did not last, but another major one soon followed. In May 2009, Keyshia began dating NBA player Daniel Gibson. In January 2010, she announced both her engagement and her pregnancy. On March 2nd, 2010, she gave birth to their son, Daniel Hiram Jr. They married in Las Vegas in May 2011 and later renewed their vows in Hawaii that September. Their wedding weekend became part of the BET reality series Keyshia and Daniel, Family First in 2012. On the career side, that same time brought more albums and more touring. Calling All Hearts came out in 2010, then Woman to Woman in 2012, along with another tour in 2013. But by March 2014, Keyshia confirmed that she and Daniel Gibson were separated after rumors that he had cheated. And just when one chapter was closing, another one was starting that would bring even more headlines. The drama that started. Following her name. As Keyshia's fame grew, so did the controversy around her. Some of it came from her relationships, and some of it came from the way she spoke her mind. In 2013, she sparked backlash after criticizing Beyoncé's Bow Down with a tweet that suggested the message did not match earlier ideas about women standing together. The comments caused a storm online. Lil Mo quickly defended Beyoncé and told Keyshia to get off Twitter and keep her opinions to herself. Producer The Dream also made it clear that he would not work with her because Beyoncé was family. Keyshia did not seem eager to drag the moment out with a long public fight, but the whole situation showed how fast her honesty could turn into industry tension. It also added to a growing image around her. She was talented, emotional, outspoken, and sometimes seen as unpredictable. Those headlines did not take away from her success, but they did make people watch her more closely. And before long, that attention would shift from social media drama to something much more serious. What happened at Birdman's Penthouse? In 2014, Keyshia Cole was in a relationship with rapper and record executive Birdman. That relationship soon became tied to one of the biggest controversies of her personal life. In September of that year, she went to Birdman's residence in Los Angeles and found another woman there. That woman was Sabrina Mercadal, a Cash Money employee and Birdman's personal assistant. What happened next led to headlines, lawsuits, and a lot of public speculation. Keyshia was arrested on September 19, 2014, on a misdemeanor battery charge after an altercation at Birdman's home. Reports said the incident happened around 5 a.m. Mercadal later claimed that she and Birdman had only a platonic relationship. She said they had known each other since childhood and that she was there to listen to his new album and give feedback. In her lawsuit, she said Keyshia confronted her with, "Who the f*** are you? What are you doing with my man?" According to the lawsuit, Mercadal said she was hit in the face and buttocks, had her hair pulled, was clawed in the face and mouth, and had hard objects thrown at her. She later sought treatment at a hospital. Keyshia was arrested, released on bail, and soon became the center of a story that made people wonder what had really happened inside Birdman's penthouse. But the arrest was only the beginning. The legal trouble that followed would keep this moment alive much longer than one night. After the arrest, prosecutors decided not to file criminal charges against Keyshia. Instead, she was sent to an informal office hearing where both sides could tell their version of the story. Reports said she would receive a warning, and anger management classes were also mentioned as a possible outcome. Jail time was taken off the table, but while the criminal case cooled down, the civil side stayed alive. Sabrina Mercadal filed a lawsuit against Keyshia, claiming battery, emotional distress, negligence, and premises liability, and sought at least $1 million in damages. Another report went even further and claimed she wanted millions more in pain and suffering, emotional distress, medical costs, and loss of earnings. A restraining order was also granted, requiring Keyshia to stay at least 100 feet away. At the same time, older legal trouble resurfaced. Because of her 2014 arrest, attention returned to an old DUI matter from 2002. She was suddenly facing the possibility of jail because of a bench warrant tied to that case. But in April 2015, a judge threw that warrant out after her attorney argued that Keyshia had already completed the required alcohol education program years earlier. So in the end, she avoided jail in both matters. Still, the damage to her public image had already been done. Then, in 2016, more trouble followed when she was accused of egging a car she believed belonged to Shad Moss, also known as Bo Wow, though reports said it actually belonged to a friend of his. Lil Mo went after her again, calling her a thought and saying she needed to get her life together or give it over to God. Keyshia stayed mostly quiet, with a source telling TMZ she had nothing to do with the egging. Her own mother, Frankie, even suggested that when Keyshia made controversial comments, it was often because she got bored, saying, "Sometimes she gets bored. She didn't mean no harm." By then, the headlines had not stopped. But even with all that noise around her, Keyshia was still trying to push ahead with her music and her career. By 2017, Keyshia was trying to move forward, even though the Birdman Penthouse drama still had not fully gone away. On January 27, 2017, she released the lead single You, featuring Remy Ma and French Montana. A month later, the Benny Boom directed video premiered through VH1. In July, she joined the main cast of Love and Hip Hop Hollywood for its 4th season. Her storyline focused on co-parenting with Daniel Gibson and preparing for the release of her new album. Then, on August 25th, she released the second single, Incapable. Its music video came out on October 6th. Soon after that, on October 20th, 2017, she dropped her 7th album, 1111 Reset. The project featured Remy Ma, French Montana, DJ Khaled, Young Thug, Kamaya, and Too Short. It was her first album since joining Epic Records, and reports also described it as an 11-track project. It debuted at number 37 on the Billboard 200 and number 20 on the top R&B/hip hop albums chart. On November 25th, she also made a guest appearance on Lip Sync Battle during its Soul Train special, where she performed Car Wash by Rose Royce. But even as she kept working, the legal fallout from the Birdman incident still had one last chapter left. In December 2017, the lawsuit tied to the Penthouse altercation was finally resolved after Keyshia failed to appear in court. Because of that, she was ordered to pay a financial settlement. The final amount came to $100,635. That was still a lot of money, even if it was far less than the $4 million that had once been demanded. So after all the talk, all the rumors, and all the legal back and forth, the case between Keyshia Cole and Sabrina Mercadal was officially over. The fight that started inside Birdman's place did not end with a dramatic last scene. It ended with a payment. Around that same time, Birdman was dealing with legal trouble of his own. Reports said he had defaulted on a $12 million loan, and if he did not act fast, his Miami home and office space could be taken by the bank. So while the Penthouse case finally closed for Keyshia, the shadow of that whole chapter still lingered, and even with the case behind her, her life was already moving into another difficult turn. The marriage ended, and what followed? In April 2017, Keyshia announced that she and Daniel Gibson had filed for divorce. Even though they had been apart for a while, this made it official that their marriage was ending. The divorce would not be finalized until September 3, 2020, but the split had clearly moved into a new stage. Years later, more of that pain came into focus when she spoke about it while promoting her film, Keyshia Cole, This Is My Story. In 2023, she said one big reason she stayed in the marriage so long was their son. She explained, "That was a lot of the reason why I didn't get a divorce through all the cheating, because she kept wondering, can he have two parents in the same home?" But in the end, staying for that reason alone was not enough. As she put it, "At some point, you just gotta choose you and choose to be healthy." Daniel Gibson also spoke publicly about the failed marriage. He said life happened, that nothing is perfect, and that their relationship played out in front of everyone. He said their problems became public because the relationship itself was public. He also said, "I take full responsibility for everything that didn't go right." When asked directly if he cheated, he first said no, but then gave a more layered answer. He said, "I won't say that I didn't cheat," but added that he had cheated his wife out of friendship, support, and the kind of care he should have given her. He admitted that he made mistakes and said he probably made every mistake a man could make in a marriage. At the same time, he pushed back on some of the gossip, including talk around a stripper, saying pictures did not prove a relationship and that some of those stories came out after they had already separated. While that old chapter was closing, Keyshia's life kept moving. On May 3, 2019, she announced that she was expecting her second child with her then-boyfriend, Nico Cayley. On August 1, 2019, she gave birth to their son, Tobias Cayley. That same year, she launched a BET documentary series, Keyshia Cole, My New Life, which followed her pregnancy and relationship with Nico. She also performed at the 2019 Soul Train Music Awards Cypher, appeared on Kehlani's single All Me, and started hosting One-on-One with Keyshia Cole on Fox Soul, a show she described as the show where we all come together and keep it real on everything from social media to social issues. But even with a new baby and new projects, life was far from settled. In 2020, another problem landed on her doorstep: money trouble with the IRS. According to a lien filed the year before, the government claimed Keyshia owed about $162,158.93 in taxes after failing to pay following a profitable year in 2009. The documents warned that the IRS could seize her property if the debt stayed unpaid. Professionally, though, she kept pushing. In June 2020, it was reported that she had signed a management deal with Primary Wave. She had also reunited with Ron Fair, the producer and mentor who helped shape her first 4 albums. That same year, she stirred excitement around a possible Versus battle with Ashanti after she challenged Ashanti during the DMX and Snoop Dogg livestream. The battle was later confirmed. It was first expected to happen on December 12, 2020, but got delayed after Ashanti tested positive for COVID-19. Around that same period, her relationship with Nico Cayley also came to an end, and in October 2020, he confirmed that they had broken up. The showdown finally happened on January 21, 2021. On February 5, 2021, Keyshia released the standalone single I Don't Wanna Be in Love under her own label, Hearts and Stars, which she created with support from BMG. In March 2021, she even said she planned to retire from music after releasing her upcoming 8th studio album. That same year also brought deep personal pain. In 2021, her biological mother, Frankie, died. In September of that year, Keyshia performed live for the first time since Frankie's death at the Lights On Festival in Concord, California. Then, in December 2021, she launched another business venture with Red by Kiss, releasing a line of bonnets and headscarves meant to protect women's hair while still looking stylish. In January 2022, she signed a global deal with CAA. In March 2022, she appeared in TV1's Uncensored. Around that same time, she was briefly linked to Antonio Brown, though the fling did not turn into anything serious. Her career stayed active, her name stayed in the news, and her story kept evolving. After everything, what still matters most? By 2023, Keyshia was starting to look back at her life in a more direct way. She made her acting debut playing herself in Lifetime's biopic Keyshia Cole, This Is My Story, and also served as an executive producer. To support the film, she released the single Forever Is a Thing on June 23, 2023. The movie was inspired by the death of her biological mother and other major moments in her life and career. It premiered on June 24, 2024, drew 3 million viewers over its debut weekend, and became one of Lifetime's highest-rated films of that year. In interviews around that time, she spoke openly about co-parenting and trying to create peace for her children. She said, "Regardless if my kids don't have both parents, I'm trying to create that safe space of co-parenting." She admitted it has its ups and downs, but said, the kids are first in line. She also said, "When my kids hurt, I hurt," and made it clear that Mama Bear is going to come. When asked about love, she laughed and said, "I don't even know. It's rough out here. You can't get these people to tell you the truth about anything, and I'm a truth seeker." She also joked that some people had told her future husband was in Dubai, adding, "Well, bring him on." Outside of that, she stayed busy. She performed with Diddy at the 2023 MTV Video Music Awards, competed as Candelabra on The Masked Singer, featured on songs tied to The Color Purple and Nicki Minaj's Pink Friday 2, and then headlined the Love Hard Tour in 2024 with Trey Songz, Jaheim, and K. Michelle. In April 2024, she was seen in Atlanta with rapper Hunks O, and later he confirmed they were dating. On March 16, 2025, she confirmed they had broken up. That same year brought real loss when her Los Angeles home was destroyed in the Palisades fire. Then in 2026, she celebrated her oldest son, Daniel Jr., turning 16 with a birthday trip to the Bahamas. In a message she wrote, "These 16 years have gone by so fast," and said, "Around this time last year, we lost everything. So this year, I really focused on memories more than things." She also reflected, "Everything can be gone in the blink of an eye, but true love, family, friends, this is forever." And maybe that is the clearest sign of where life took her after Birdman, away from one explosive night and toward the people she could still hold on to. Do you think Keyshia came out stronger after everything life put her through? What part of Keyshia's story surprised you the most? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more incredible stories from Hollywood's fascinating history. See you next time